You want answers?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
You want answers?
You have offended my family.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth.
And you have offended Shaolin Temple.
You can't handle the truth.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Radical Rant.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Radical Rant, and this one's going to get a little bit personal, and some folks may not like it, but hey, tough. It's my show. I'll do what I damn well please. I want to address a certain person who goes by the anonymous pseudonym Dragonfly de la Luz, Dragonfly of the Light, for those of us who know a little bit of Spanish. Now, Dragonfly de la Luz, you may realize, some of you out there may realize that she is one of the leading spokespeople of the Stoners Against Legalization. This young woman believes that the decriminalization of marijuana that Governor Schwarzenegger recently signed, that means that you have to have a $100 ticket if you're caught with marijuana, which means that there is still probable cause for police to harass you for marijuana, which means that if you grow a single pot plant in your closet, you can get a felony for that marijuana. She seems to think the status quo is just fine and that we shouldn't be voting against Prop 19. Now, I have brought up Dragonfly de la Luz many times on this show, and in particular, I've been attacking her crazy ideas and her twisted logic and some of her just flat-out lies about Prop 19 and what would happen under the measure. But up until this time, it's been a debate about the substance of her arguments, or the lack of substance of her arguments. But just recently, this debate kind of turned nasty, and while I know some people kind of espouse a turn the other cheek philosophy when it comes to these things, I learned my lesson from John Kerry and the Swift Boat veterans, and I have learned that you never let these things stand without responding. So I am going to respond a little bit. This has to do with a post that I put up and a radical rant that I did in video blog about Dragonfly de la Luz's opposition to Prop 19. And one small part of this was the fact that I had done some Googling on Dragonfly de la Luz. First of all, I had heard from Jody Emery of Cannabis Culture magazine, who had hired Dragonfly de la Luz to do some writing, that her real name was Stephanie Taylor. And I had also heard from other sources, including Chris Conrad and Jody Emery, that Stephanie Taylor, this person, was from Nashville, Tennessee. So I did a little bit of Googling, and I found a story from 2007, which predates any other internet footprints of Miss Dragonfly de la Luz. I found this picture, which on the right is of a woman named Stephanie Taylor from Middle Tennessee State University, who got into the news because she got into an altercation with a police officer. And the altercation was over a speeding ticket, and she refused to sign the speeding ticket. So in the video blog and on the blog post, I pointed out that it was quite ironic that somebody who would refuse to sign an infraction ticket and fight with a cop over it is telling us that we should accept an infraction ticket for marijuana. I then received a comment on the blog from, allegedly, Dragonfly de la Luz, saying that she is not that person. She is not that person. And let me go to my email here, because I did receive an email from Dragonfly, and it says, and by the way, this email wasn't just addressed to me personally, where, you know, if she really did truly have a problem, I could do something about it and make the correction. But it was made to my boss, Alan St. Pierre, to the head of the Normal Women's Alliance, Sabrina Fendrick, to the founder of Normal, Keith Strop, to the deputy director of Normal, Paul Armentano, to a couple of the people who work at Normal, Eric and Ed, and as well to her, I guess her lawyer, Letitia Pepper or Jennifer Soares. And in this letter, she says, to the director of Normal, your employee Russ Belville is using the Normal Stash blog website to commit libel against me. In this blog post, Russ Belville wrongfully and incorrectly claims that the person pictured in the photo and referred to in the article he links to is me, when it absolutely is not. I demand that this blog post be removed immediately, and in its place that Belville post a public apology for this gross misrepresentation of my character. If this issue is not handled immediately, I will be forced to take legal action against Normal on Belville's behalf. Well, no, you wouldn't be taking action against Normal on my behalf. You'd be taking it on your behalf because of me. But, you know, let's not get into your understanding of the English language. That's a whole nother rant. So I did respond to this, and I did put up a correction on the blog. I added this picture that you're seeing up on the screen, that the Dragonfly de la Luz on the left is not the Stephanie Taylor on the right, despite what you might claim is an incredible incredible resemblance, the same shape of eyes, the same shape of face, the same prominent chin, the same full lips, etc. But I was willing to take her at her word and believe that it wasn't her, that it was just some amazing coincidence that Jodie Emery and Chris Conrad would tell me that she's Stephanie Taylor from Nashville, Tennessee, and I would happen to find a Stephanie Taylor from Nashville, Tennessee, who looks almost exactly like her. I'm willing to accept that, so I made the apology to Stephanie Taylor for besmirching her name. And in response to that, I also sent her an email telling her basically how I had made the mistake, because one, she doesn't identify herself or give any clues as to her background, and two, there was someone named Stephanie Taylor and all the Jodie Emery and stuff that I just mentioned to you that led me to believe that these were the same person. So after I had sent that apology last night, I received this email that says, while it appears Russ Belville has respected my demand to publicly apologize and correct his libelous mistake, he's flagrantly carried on the same blatant lies in his video blog, so now I am forced to make the same demand. Remove the video blog that so grossly misrepresents my character immediately, lest I be forced to take legal action against Normal. Now, that's all well and good. I was just about to take down that video when I read the next paragraph. By the way, Russ, you are quite obviously not someone who strives to be accurate and not mislead, as evidenced by your decision to use the same blog to post a video featuring the same false and outrageous claims you make about me. If you indeed strove to be accurate, you would have removed the video when you wrote your original correction. Your journalistic credibility is further challenged by your shoddy detective work and subsequent absurd claim that the person in the photo is me in the first place. There are millions of obnoxious-looking, aging, bald, and unattractive males who bear quite a resemblance to you, yet one would be a fool to claim that they are you based on nothing more than a Google search and a shot in the dark. No hard feelings, though. Ah, okay, so we're going to go into the ad hominem mud pit, huh? Obnoxious-looking, aging, bald, and unattractive males like myself. Well, you know why, Dragonfly, nobody makes that mistake? Is because I don't hide behind a pseudonym. My life is an open book. You can Google Russ Belville and find out everything you'd ever want to know about me, my history, where I went to grade school, where I went to college, everything I have done in my life. You, madam, are a cipher. You are a mystery wrapped in an enigma, and you continue to hide behind a pseudonym in order to keep spreading your misrepresentations and lies. So, since we went there, I decided that I would do some other disclaimers to make sure that Dragonfly de la Luz doesn't think I'm confusing her with anyone else. I mean, first of all, let's point out that Dragonfly de la Luz is not Stephanie Taylor, the person on the right. She is definitely not that person. Also, Dragonfly de la Luz is not former NBA shooting guard Sam Cassell with hair extensions. No, she is not Sam Cassell with hair extensions. That is absolutely not true. And despite what some of you may think, Dragonfly de la Luz was not the inspiration for Bill Cosby's Mushmouth character on the Fat Albert comedy show. That is not Dragonfly de la Luz, so I hope everyone can understand that. Now, if anyone wants to ask why I'm taking this so personally, it has nothing to do with being called obnoxious, aging, bald, and unattractive. Gee, Dragonfly, you forgot fat, too. What I'm so offended by is that you think I should be a criminal, that you are confusing young and naive voters into voting against their own best interest. You, madam, are lying and twisting the words of Prop 19 to try to convince young people especially that they would be better off signing a $100 ticket, that they would be better off continuing to be criminals, continuing to have the probable cause of law enforcement to harass them, and to make sure that any of us that decide to grow a single pot plant in our closet gets a felony and goes to prison. That's why I am so offended. I'm willing to have an honest and reasonable debate with anybody out there, but you want to start sending me emails, calling me names, telling me I'm unattractive, if that's the way you want to play, by God, I'll play that way too, because you know what, Dragonfly de la Luz, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, and I'm a better writer than you. I'll take you on in any forum you want, written, spoken word, television, bring it, girl. In fact, in our Tucker Talk Radio next hour, give me a call here at 971-533-7111. Let's get this on the air. I'll let you talk, I won't cut you off, but you know what? You are full of it. And if this election is as close as I think it's going to be, and if this election manages to lose by 50,000 or less votes, it will be on your head. You will be the person to blame for all the people who get arrested, for all the people who continue to get tickets. I am tired of it. I am not putting up with it. I'm going to treat you just like I treat the drug czar. I'm going to treat you just like I treat all the other people who think that I should remain a criminal.